We're live from the headquarters Rome Flooring in Ottawa, National Capital, Canada. Joe, good morning, bonjour, and welcome to Joe Saka Sport Talk, episode number 11. And today we want to start a thank you some nice people that watch my broadcast. And their name is Giuseppe, Samir, Roberto, and Francis. And we thank you for listening to and watching to Joe Soccer Talk. And today we start episode 11 with a breaking news of the world of sport. And Sunday, the national team of Canada play. I want to start with the anthem here. The national soccer team, they play on Sunday, and they tied the Jamaica. It was a very good game, but the field was in bad condition, so they tied 1-1. And then the big game on Wednesday, they played Panama at 7:30 p.m. and they won. They almost guarantee now the third place in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Was one of our best game played with a superstar, Alfonso Davis. He was the best player above it all, and he played a super game. And I watched the whole game, and it's one of the nice game I ever watched. And I was so proud to be Canadian. I also be mighty proud of our heritage, like I said. So it's important that we cheer up for our Canadian national soccer team. That's why I'm playing the anthem. It's very nice to see that we're proud of our national team. And so far, they didn't lose a game. They tied Mexico, and they tied Jamaica. They tied El Salvador. But now they won their first big game, which is the most important one, was on Wednesday. And I say good luck to the Canada national soccer team. They've been trying since 1986. And this is the standing. The standing of up to today. Mexico and USA with 11 points each. Canada with 10 points at third place, and then follows Panama, El Salvador with 6 points, Costa Rica and Honduras with 4 points each. And now we go to the international soccer news. As you know, the FIFA ranking right now, I want to give you the updated FIFA ranking. Who's the best team in the world right now? And still number 1 is Belgium. Number 2 is Brazil. I don't know why Belgium is still number 1, because they're not doing too well lately. And number 3 is England. Number 4 is France, because they just won the Nation Cup, the 4 best team in Europe. They just won that's why it's still 4th. And then there's Italy, number 5, and this was a September 16 updated of the FIFA ranking of the soccer world. Other news so far it's been played. As you know, they've been played the World Cup. I have the World Cup in here, and I have the World Cup years since 1930 to up to today. In 2022 in Qatar, there's going to be a 22 World Cup playing. As you know, they stopped after Italy won the 1934 and 1938. They stopped because the World War II was on, and they started in 1952. That's when Brazil took over the World Cup, and they won the first World Cup. So there was 22 will be playing the World Cup up to next year. 22 World Cup cups, and the next one, as you know, will be in Qatar. Just to give you some stats, World Cup 2018 in Russia. That's where France won the attendance records. The world record was a world record. All the 65 games played, you know, all the 65, all the attendance and all 65 games was 34.5 billion people watched the World Cup, all the games played. And the final game, the France won against Croatia. You know, they won. There was a 3.6 billion people watching the final game, 2018. As you know, I spend time with the Americans every year. They say the National Football League, they have 600 million, 800 millions. We have, just to play the Super Bowl, we have 3.6 billion. So it tells you why the soccer is so popular, because the attendance records, okay? And I'll give you another stats. So far, France won 3 cups, 3 World Cup. Italy won 4 World Cup, and follows with Germany at this 4 World Cup, and Brazil won the 5 World Cup. They are the champ right now. They won the most of the World Cup today, up to today. And my predictions, sports fans are all, that Italy is going to win the next one, and we're going to catch up with the Brazilians. So the next one in Qatar, 2022, Italy is going to be the world soccer champion again. Another news about the FIFA. The poll claims majority of the fans and some of the owners, the world soccer owners in the world, they say they want the World Cup to be played every 2 years. This news was out a couple of weeks ago, and instead every 4 years they wanted to do every 2 years. And this is the proposal that FIFA is going to have in May, the AGM meeting, the general meeting in the FIFA, and they're going to decide it. And there was a lot I read so much about this, and there was a lot of protest about it. One of the best news I heard from the goalie, from the Belgium goalie, you know, Couture is one of the best goalies in the world right now. He said the reason they want to do that is because of money hungry. The owner, they want to make more money, which is not fair. He said, we're not robots. He said, we're soccer players and we need a rest, because every time they play the World Cup, he says, there is so much pressure, so much, antagonism and all that, that they're so tired they cannot play so many games in 1 year. You know, and I don't know if you know, in soccer, we play 1 game a week, because every soccer player, they run a lot. They do maybe from 20 to 32 kilometers every time they play a game, some of them. And that's why the goalie from Belgium is so upset that they should never have the World Cup every 2 years. Should be traditional every 4 years, and we have a better results and better players and better game playing. So that's his opinion. And my opinion on this is, we held every 2 years, the sport will lose popularity. That's my opinion. You know, for 100 years we have been used to play every 4 years, and also the same with the player and the country. you know, if we play every 2 years, they're bound to win every time. So they're not very, very good. So, and this is it by the international news. And now we are going to the Serie A in Italy this weekend. Scheduled the big matches this weekend are Lazio versus Inter Milan, Juventus and Roma, which the main match this weekend. And then we have my team. I changed from Juventus to Napoli this time. As I told you, the second episode that I did, I switched it from Juventus to Napoli to win all this year. You know, because they've been trying for the last 3-4 years. They always come second, third. This year they're going to win it all. The Campionato Italiano Scudetto 2021-2022. So, and this is the standing at this moment. Before the game is today's. This is today and tomorrow. This is Napoli. So far, 7 win and 7 games played. They win all the 7 games. So it's 21 points. And then they say AC Milan with 19, Inter Milan with 17, and Roma 15, and Juve is catching up with 11 points. It's half the divisions right now. And this is we have the Serie A. Now we wanted to go in the World Soccer Report, the major league around the world standings. I would like to give you the standing for the Major League of Soccer. We see Liverpool in the Premier League in England. Liverpool is first with 18 points. It follows with Chelsea with 16. And then we have a 3-team, Manchester United, Manchester City, and Everton and Brighton. 4 teams are 14 points. So this is this year in the Premier League in England is very, very competitive. And the reason I do that, dear fans, all that listen to my podcast, is that all the best players, they play in this four league around the world. And that's why people wanted to know how they do it, and that's how I wanted to give a little bit of news of the best country with the best players. So that's why, and now I go to the Bundesliga in Germany. We see the Bayern Munich, 16 points. They lost the first game finally. You know, after 7 games, they lost one game, 16 points, and then the Leverkusen follows at 16 points also. They're catching up to Munich. And the third is Dortmund with 15 points. And this is all the divisions of in Germany. And now we're going to Spain. La Liga, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Real Society, they have the same point, 17 points each. The first time ever happened in many years. As you know, Spain was dominated for the last maybe 15 years from Barcelona and Real Madrid. This year they have a lot of competition. Only Real Madrid stand up on the first in the division, in the standing. So the 3 teams are the same points, 17 points each. Very competitive. And Barcelona end up in the 9th place. As you know, I mentioned in the last couple per episode, the superstar, the best player in the world at this moment, Lionel Messi, he moved after 15, 17 years in Barcelona. He moved to Paris Saint-Germain. So sometime one superstar will make a difference in a team like Barcelona. So this is what's happening in Barcelona. They have 12 points right now. And then we go into the Viva la France. Ligue 1. Ligue 1 in France, Paris Saint-Germain always first with 27 points. They lost their first game also. And then we have Lens at 18 and Nice at 16 points, you know. One of this day, when I learn my French a little bit better, I'm gonna go see my relative in France. I know I have a lot of cousins. My uncle immigrated there in '60, and he had 6, 7 kids. And if any one of you listen to me at this moment, give me a call because I'm gonna come and see you. If not this year, will be next year when this coronavirus will disappear. Hopefully, will be soon. And I encourage everybody to get vaccinated. And I always say 2 things to my friends here in Ottawa, capital Canada: get vaccinated as much as you can, and shop local. We have to help all the local shoppers here in Ottawa because they've been have a hard time for the last 18, 20 months. So, you know, let's get this coronavirus out of the way so we can. As you know, all the stadiums in the United States of America, they have from 60,000 to 100,000 spectators in the standing right now. And I was looking very bright here in Ottawa. The first game of the Ottawa Senator played, they had 15, almost 16,000 spectators, you know. They all vaccinated because there's a mandate. If you're not vaccinated, you can't go to the game. So good luck, everybody. And this is, we have now the United States of America, the MLS, the Major League Soccer. New England is running away with the divisions, 65 points. And then we have Nashville and Philadelphia, 47 points, you know. And now, the National and local hockey, National Hockey League in Ottawa and around Canada. As you know, the National Hockey League is our game here in Canada. We found it, and all the best players playing here in Canada and the United States, because all together is about 33 hockey teams right now. You know, right now there's 33 hockey teams, and we have a new one, the Seattle Kraken. Seattle Kraken is playing this year, so it's a very big league. And they started playing the first game. They won and they lost one. And the Ottawa Senator, the first game, they've been having a hard time the last 2-3 years because they all have young players. They won and they beat the Ottawa Senator. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that was the first game against Toronto. Toronto, as you know, is a lot of fans here in Ottawa. They go to the game because a lot of people like Toronto Maple Leaf. We have a lot of Toronto residents here in Ottawa. So when they play Toronto, it's like a derby here. It's a very good game because there's more Toronto fans than Ottawa fans, you know. So that's why. But Ottawa won 3-2. It was a beautiful game. I saw it. They're very competitive. You know, and Toronto is favored to win it all this year. So this is what the expert and hockey experts saying. You know, but Ottawa is a very young team. They did pretty good the last year. They were almost in the middle of the division standing, and hope they're doing well this year. And I don't think they're going to make the playoff this year, but they're going to be close. That's my predictions. And then we have the Montreal Canadiens, 2 games and 2 losses. They're the defending champion. They were in the final last year. They lost the final game, and they didn't start very well this year. As you know, the best goalie in the world, Corey Price, he has mental issues. So you know that's why they don't have a good replacement like the best goalie. And I said, good luck, Corey. I hope you overcome all the things that happened to you there. So, and this is what we have now. We go into this ball now. We have the round ball, and then we have the oval ball here. You know, the Canadian Football League. The Canadian Football League, we have our local team here, the Ottawa Red Block. They're last in the standing right now. They're not doing very well. Seven last and 2 wins so far with 4 points. The first in the division right now is Winnipeg. They won last year the Canadian Football League champion last year, and Toronto is second with 12 points. Best luck to the Ottawa Red Block, and this is what it's all about, dear fans. And this is I want to end the episode 11, Joe Soccer Youth Coach Handbook. You know, I wanted to pass on a few tips for your kids and grandkids, how to behave on the field when they play the sport that we love here. Soccer, it's the most popular, like I told you, and one of the most watched game in the world. And here's the youth coach handbook for you. I tell you, I read the last 5, and the last number 6. Never criticize players, they say here. Always start with a positive comment and finish with a constructive critic. And number 7, display good sportsmanship. You are the role model for the player. So all the adults, they should display some good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, I think, is one of the most important in the sport of soccer. And number 8, don't try to coach every decision the player are making on the field. Let them play. Let the kids play and have fun. And with this, I want to conclude. We end the sport of Joe Soccer Talk. E non dimenticare, nella vita dobbiamo amare, sognare, vivere, to love, to dream and to live. Until we hear again, fino alla prossima, vogliamoci bene assai, to love each other all your heart, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.